This 17 News at Noon podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to the 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us for 17 News at Noon. I'm Maddie Jansen, in today for Elena Rusk. The man accused of shooting a Kern County Sheriff's deputy is scheduled to make his first appearance in court today. KCSO says that 19-year-old Edgar Rojas was trying to open car doors around 3:30 Friday morning at the Sierra Vista Mobile Home Park in Rosamond. Deputy Michael Valdez and his partner approached Rojas, but KCSO says Rojas ran off. The deputies later found him half a mile north in an alley on Locust Street. That's when they say Rojas fired, hitting Deputy Valdez in the head, nearly taking his life. Deputy Valdez was taken to the hospital, treated with stitches, and released. Rojas was arrested later that morning. He faces several charges, including attempted murder of a peace officer. A woman who was arrested on suspicion of murder for allegedly killing her boyfriend in Ridgecrest is due in court today. Police say they found a man who'd been shot in the head at a home on East Wilson Avenue around 2 a.m. Sunday. The victim had allegedly been in a fight with his girlfriend, Renee Molina, before the shooting. Police say the victim and Molina had been at a party earlier that night where alcohol was involved. The coroner has not yet identified the victim. KCSO is asking for help finding a missing man out of Wofford Heights. Deputies say 42-year-old Nathan Jackson was last seen on November 25th. They say he was leaving Wofford Heights for Bakersfield that night, but never arrived at his destination. Jackson was last seen driving his lifted 1988 Chevy Blazer, possibly bearing a Nevada license plate 49C241. The body of the vehicle has been sanded, leaving it beige, brown, and white. If you have any information on the whereabouts of Nathan Jackson, call KCSO. NASA practicing to recover the Orion spacecraft off the coast of San Diego. NASA and the U.S. Navy completed a final trial recovery day at sea yesterday in the ocean. They used a mock capsule in the water for divers and small boats to practice open water recovery procedures. The spacecraft will complete its 25-and-a-half-day mission by splashing down on Sunday in the Pacific Ocean, where it will be recovered by teams aboard the USS Portland. Once again, air travelers have a lot more time to get a Real ID compliant ID card, as the Department of Homeland Security announced today a new date set for May 7th, 2025. The extended period gives American travelers more time to get the compliant form of identification. The original deadline was set for 2008, but there's been several delays, with excuses including the pandemic. Congress passed the Real ID Act in 2005, intending to crack down on fake or counterfeit IDs. Currently, air travelers are required to use a passport or driver's license to board domestic commercial flights. It is day 6 of our 17 Days of Christmas toy drive. We're asking you to drop off a new unwrapped toy in our lobby here at 22nd and L Streets downtown during regular business hours. Yesterday, we received a donation of more than a dozen bikes and tricycles courtesy of Gwynn Construction. Owner Gary Gwynn says it's become a Christmas tradition for him to donate the bikes for local kids. There's still plenty of time to donate this year. Our toy drive runs through December 19th. And don't forget items for our teens. Of course, this all goes to benefit kids at the Boys and Girls Clubs of Kern County and the Open Door Network, which was formerly known as the Bakersfield Homeless Center. Bakersfield Traditions back in business next weekend. We're talking about the holiday favorite, Dustin's Diner. Dustin and David Kilpatrick have run Dustin's Diner every holiday season for nearly 30 years, selling cookies and hot chocolate at Hagen Oaks Boulevard to the families touring the area, checking out all the Christmas lights. As always, 100% of donations will be given to the Open Door Network. The project has raised close to $300,000 to benefit the homeless center since its inception. Dustin's Diner returns December 16th and runs each night through the 23rd.
Hello, this is Tim Callahan with Clinica Sierra Vista, and we're excited to unveil the Community Health Center of the Future, our comprehensive care center. It's located right across the street from Memorial Hospital. We have every service under one roof, from family medicine, OBGYN care, dental services for adults and children, behavioral health, and much more. So find your way to better care at Clinica Sierra Vista this year at our comprehensive care center. Visit our website, clinicasierravista.org, for the latest on this project. We'll see you soon.
Meantime, the House committee investigating the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol will send criminal referrals to the Justice Department as it wraps up its probe and looks to publish a final report by the end of the year. That's according to the panel's chairman today. Representative Benny Thompson of Mississippi told reporters the committee's decided to issue the referrals recommending criminal prosecution, but did not disclose who the targets will be or if former President Donald Trump will be among them. While Congress can send criminal referrals to the Justice Department, it's ultimately up to federal prosecutors whether to pursue charges. Here in Kern County, nearly a month since the midterm election, the outcome of one of our most hotly contested races in the Central Valley still hangs in the balance today. We're talking about the 16th Senate District, the race between Democratic incumbent Melissa Hurtado and Republican challenger David Shepard. Shepard took the lead in the first batch of results on election night and held it until Friday when Hurtado narrowly pulled ahead. Now just 12 votes separate the pair. The three other counties in the district, Fresno, Tulare, and Kings, are done counting ballots. Kern estimates it has about 100 ballots left to count. Official results must be certified on Thursday. There's no automatic recount in California, but anyone, including a candidate, can request one. That person has to pay the cost that it takes to recount votes, which varies based on the number of ballots in a race. All right, now to the California Capitol, where yesterday Governor Newsom and his Democratic allies introduced a proposal to fine big oil companies for making too much money. But the proposal was missing key details, including how much profit is too much for oil companies and what fine they would pay for exceeding it. Newsom's office said those details would be sorted out later after negotiations with lawmakers, and any money from the fines would be returned to the public. Crucially, the proposal classifies those fines as civil penalties, not a tax. That means only a simple majority would be needed for passage instead of the 2/3 majority required to raise taxes. Republicans who don't have enough votes to influence legislation denounced the proposal. As for today's gas prices across the country, AAA says $3.38 for a gallon of regular gas. Here in California, $4.71. In Kern County, even a little bit higher at $5.07 for a gallon of regular gas. Here at home, a major milestone yesterday for the World War II Veterans Memorial at Jastrow Park. A beautiful bronze statue, the centerpiece of the memorial, was set in place. The sculpture depicts a woman holding a child in one arm with a telegram in the other, telling her that her loved one wouldn't be coming home. Symbolic of what many families experienced between 1941 and 1945. The Kern County World War II Memorial will be dedicated during a public ceremony Saturday morning at 10 a.m. A 1,300-year-old treasure has been uncovered in central England, and it's being hailed as a find of major significance. A golden gemstone necklace was found with other items on the site of a new housing development near Northampton. Archaeologists say it marks the grave of a powerful woman who may have been an early Christian religious leader between 630 and 670 AD. Scientists say the trove will shed new light on life in the 7th century England, a time when Christianity was battling with paganism for people's allegiance. The find's been dubbed the Harpole treasure after the village where it was found, and the items will soon be displayed at a local museum. Pretty incredible. Tomorrow's our annual CMN Miracles on 34th Street Day of Giving for the Children's Miracle Network and Bakersfield Memorial Hospital. We are teaming up once again with the Lawrence Small Children's Center at BMH to help raise funds to buy equipment that will further enhance medical care for kids in Kern County. Over the past 30 years, your donations to BMH and CMN have helped create what essentially is a hospital within a hospital at the Lawrence Small Children's Center. Over the years, the hospital has made it possible for thousands of families to stay close to home while receiving world-class care for their kids. The Robinson family found out how crucial that is last year when 22-month-old Journey jumped into a fire pit that was still hot from the night before while on vacation. She sustained severe burns to her legs and feet, but fortunately, care was waiting for them in their hometown. We kick off our CMN Day of Giving tomorrow at 5 a.m. on 17 News at Sunrise. And remember, every dollar that's pledged in Kern County stays in Kern County. And this is so important because you never know when it could be your family or someone you love that needs this care. A few years ago, I've shared this story before, I had one child who ended up needing an appendectomy, and there was a chance that we could be sent out of town for it, unfortunately. And at the same time, we had another child in another local hospital hospital here in town. And so the fact that we were able to stay here and have his surgery in this hospital that was specially made for children, caters to kids, makes them feel really comfortable. It was so incredible, so that you didn't have to travel out of home and leave your security network and your family and support system. So we want to make sure that that care is available for other local families. Make sure you join us tomorrow morning. Watch all day long. It's going to be a great day of giving, and we're going to kick it off really early at 5 a.m. with some wonderful stories to share with you. Another very special event to talk about, a quick programming note. On Friday at 17 News at Sunrise, we'll be taking the show on the road to Holiday Lights at Calm. We're so excited for this. It's one of our favorite shows of the year. We love getting you in the holiday spirit because if you can't tell, we're already there for sure. So again, on Friday, we're going to be live during the entire newscast from Holiday Lights at Calm. We're going to talk to the creator, Josh Bartonett, with Lightasmic. We're going to tell you about everything that goes into creating this spectacular display that families across Kern County have been enjoying for 20 years now. So we hope you'll join us. We're going to have some special live performances of some holiday music from local choirs and a local kids group that you're not going to want to miss. So Friday morning, make sure you turn on 17 News at Sunrise as we celebrate this local tradition.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.